Hey guys, this is my 2021 Honda Talon Turbo X4, 1000 X4 Fox Live Valve Edition. Gonna give you a review of the exterior, features that the vehicle has, and just an honest opinion from a first-time UTV buyer. I'm not an expert, I'm not a pro racer, I'm just a regular guy and a dad who was looking for a UTV to be able to fit his whole family and go have a good time. So the Talon is a 64-inch car, not the 74-inch model like some of the other brands have. It's 116 inches long and about 81 inches tall. And when I say about, it may be 82 because my bunk on my toy hauler is 81 inches tall and it was rubbing on it. Just barely fit. The reason that I chose to go with a 64-inch car was simply because I couldn't fit a wider car in my trailer at the time. I did a lot of research on the 64-inch cars that were available, and based on what I saw, the Talon was far superior than the other models, and was just something a little different, which I always like different things, and I'm a big Honda guy. I've been riding red for a long time, and that's why we made the choice. So we'll start with the front end of the Talon, and I'm just gonna say that I have put some aftermarket accessories on there, so it does not come with the windshield or mirrors or any of these lights, in case you were wondering that. But I think the front of the Talon is super aggressive looking. I love the headlights, which I'll show you once I fire it up. I love the way they look. They mirror kind of the pod design of the off-road lights, and they're actually pretty bright for a factory headlight, in my opinion. But then again, I haven't had a lot of experience with any other ones too. So up front you have 2.0 Fox Podium live valve shocks. They're badass shocks. That's really all I can say. I'm not a tuner shock guy or desert racer, but they seem to do the job just fine. We really haven't had an opportunity to get out and stomp on it hard, so I have heard that the springs can be a little stiff, but we're gonna give them a shot before we decide what to do there. I like the fit and finish of the Honda. The inner fender wells are nice. Everything is covered up. And of course, I love the colors. I love that all the suspension components are red. One thing that I did kind of find surprising, just being a general consumer, is the front differential is pretty well exposed. There is a skid plate there, but I don't know, I just feel like that's an area where something could get in there. Now I know just hitting the differential isn't gonna make or break the vehicle, but it does worry me a bit that it's so exposed. So you look at the side profile of the Talon. As you can see, the roof has a really pretty severe rake to it, which is where it gets that high height, especially because there's kind of a little wing type thing up there that adds a little bit of unnecessary height that I think. But overall, I really like the profile of the unit. It's not so long that it looks silly. I think that the dimensions of it fit all really well. The cage is a little tall, but since it has a stadium seating, of course you're going to get a taller cage in the back. I really don't like the roof. I think the roof is bulky. It's hot, it's lifted off the roll cage a lot, and I think that probably an aftermarket roof is in my future to try to one, give me some more clearance in the trailer, and two, I just don't think it looks very good. Some other things that I don't like, but I had to concede, was I don't like that it has the 28-inch tires. Would have loved to have gotten a 30-inch or 32-inch from the factory, but given that it is a lower horsepower unit, I don't know if that's why they decided to go with the 28s. I'm also not a huge fan of the wheels. I mean, they're cool, but I just kind of think that they didn't go with the color scheme. I would have loved to have seen either all black or even, dare I say, some golds, which I think I'm gonna go with to give it kind of that classic Honda look, like your 250R trikes and 250R quads from back in the day. But other than that, I think that the color scheme is cool. There was a dual clutch transmission advertisement on the side that I took off because it was big and kind of dumb. I didn't think that they needed to advertise it that large. But I love the rest of the graphics. I thought about taking everything off, but it'd just be a big white door, and I didn't really like that, so left that on there. Another thing from the side profile that you may notice is I did buy and install the bottom fillers for the door. So there is a pretty decent gap in the door everywhere where it's black between the bottom part of the door and the plastic for the bottom of the body is exposed if you don't put that insert in there. So the back side of the Talon, I think it's pretty cool. It sits pretty high up, which in a way is nice, because that way when you walk up to the tailgate or the bed, you're pretty good. It's a pretty good height to get into the stuff. The trunk space is really big, and it's a pretty deep storage, which I like. I've seen some of the other units have a little bit of a shallower trunk. I think that they tastefully put Honda enough on it. I would have loved to have seen the wing logo, of course, but I like that it's printed out Honda as well. Same suspension in the back, the 2.5 Fox podium, sorry. I've read some reviews of people who have, ridden these things for thousands of miles, and they seem to think that the back suspension is a little jumpy and not great through whoops, but I mean, I think unless you're really going hard on it, I've been through some whoops already, and it handled it fine. Especially with the selectable suspension with the live valve. If you go to sport mode, it cushions it up, and I'm having a great time with it. Again, the only thing that kind of is odd to me is how exposed the rear differential is too. Again, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I feel like that would be better served a little bit more covered up. Other than that, I love the back just as much as the front. I think it has a great look overall, and I'm super excited to have it. So we'll go ahead and fire this up now so you can hear what it sounds like, and look at the display and all that. And I have another video of the exterior that I'll be doing soon, interior I mean, and it has a lot more detail as to what you're gonna see. So I was saying about the front headlights, that's the way they look when they're on. Granted, I have the brights on, or maybe I don't. Let me see if I have the brights on or not. Yeah, I do. So pretty aggressive looking for a factory light, I think. I just love the front of this car. I think it looks so mean. Really happy with it. As far as the exhaust note, it sounds really good. It sounds really good when it's underway too. For a factory exhaust, I'm pretty happy with it. It sounds different than all the other cars too, which I like. And I'll get a couple videos cruising away so you can hear what it sounds like. So as far as the overall impressions of the Talon, I'm just really happy with it. I did a lot of research, talked to a lot of people that I trust, and to be honest, there wasn't a lot of local folks that knew much about the Talon, and they were skeptical, as it appears most people are if you don't go with the two major brands. I've since taken all those people on rides and proved them wrong. I think they know now that the Talon's a worthy car, especially in the 64-inch car segment. To me, the other cars in this price point as well, which was $24,995, I believe, just didn't have the options. They didn't come with the good suspension. They didn't come with some of the features like launch mode or the hill assist or any of that stuff. It was going to take a lot to get that car to where this car is. I love it that it's different. I love the way it looks. It's fast enough for me. I've never driven one of those high horsepower cars, but I feel like this is more than enough for me. I can get it just as sideways as I want. Haven't really taken it in the sand yet, so we'll see how that goes, but out here where we have been running it, it's been doing the job for me so far. Things that I wish they would have done different. I wish that they would have put a lower profile roof on it. I don't like the roof. It's super bulky and plasticky looking. Again, I wish they would have gone with a little bit different wheel choice. For example, the wheels on the next model down, I don't remember what that trim is called, but it's a black car with kind of like tennis ball yellow colors on it. It has black wheels and they look great. And I kind of wish they had just put those on there, or like I said, got a little crazy and went with some gold or bronze wheels. Another thing I don't like, which you can see here, is the gaps between the doors is just pretty wide. I wish they would have been able to provide a little bit better fit and finish on that and create a little bit less of a gap, but it's cool. And then also the space, the void space under the doors was just a lot. I immediately realized that I needed to get these inserts or we were going to be just packing dust in the car. And then lastly, the wheel size. Like I said, I wish they were a little bit taller tire. I like the fact that they give you a big 10-inch wide tire on the back. That's cool. And I'll probably keep it that way when I do get some new wheels for it. But overall, I mean, it's a great car, especially for me and what my family needs. And again, I'm super happy with it. We're gonna have a lot of fun with it. And as I get more thoughts and opinions of it, I'll definitely share it with you guys. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more videos of the Talon.